Yo, yo! That was pretty loud. I like it. It's already intense. Anyways, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry it's been a few weeks. We've been having a couple of technical difficulties, you know. I guess my little MacBook wasn't able to hold a lot of space, memory, and so it's kind of weak. Great laptop, but instead was able to save a few pennies and upgrade here a little bit, so I'm able to bring back some gameplay and hopefully I can get out some great gameplay for you guys. Oh, there we go. We're already getting popular right now. Before we get started, before this game kicks off, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. You guys are awesome. Awesomes. Anyways, I'm excited to do this with you guys. This game was highly recommended to do. I know it's been out for 5 years, but I'm very excited to play this game. What Remains of Edith Finch? Let's get popping. So far, I'm getting like the Jurassic Park and King Kong, and yeah, I'm getting that King Kong Jurassic Park feel right now. You know, like when you're out on a ship, and the only way to get to the island is by boat. So just looking around trying to see. Let's get the controls going here. Alright. Looks like we got a family tree. Alright. Dang. Check that out. Gregory. 1976, 1977. That's sad. Alright. Let's get see what we got going here.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Alright, here we go. I always like to turn around in these games. Whatever game I play, I always turn around first. It's like I have a habit of that. You know, playing Call of Duty, those campaigns back in the day. Like I had to find every single file, every single note, every single document. Like, it was crazy. That was like one of my pet peeves. I had to find every single trophy. I had to platinum it out. But now I just hop on and just shoot people now. I don't feel like I can't pay stuff on there anymore. But now that I'm doing gameplay walkthroughs, I can't wait to do that again. Especially for the new Call of Duty's coming out in the future.
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up. Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
So we got a monster house there. This looks like we're walking up to Tarzan's crib right now.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Go ahead and interact with the mailbox. That's dope. They got the mailbox just like the house up there. The tree house.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Can I reach in there? Nah, who wanna reach in there right now? Nobody wants to look at those bills. We're gonna go ahead and shut that. The bills could stay in there.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Taking a stroll.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Alright, so we got two paths right here. We go low or get high ground. Well, being a Call of Duty player, I'm staying high ground, baby. High ground always wins. Most of the time.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
No deer jerky for us later, guys. We got the bow, our bow and arrow.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Yeah, this is definitely a Tarzan and Jane crib right here. Alright, I said I wasn't going to play another horror game for a while.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
But I'm getting that vibe, like maybe I am playing a horror game?
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Of course.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
There's a lot of books. See if there's a key under the... Oh. Just go hop the fence. Right? See if the key works for this door. Go through the doggy door.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
It's crazy.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
You could fit through a doggy door? That's crazy. What kind of wood they got?
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
What the heck? First off,
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
alright, somebody gotta still be living here, because ain't no way it's all these dishes just sitting out right now.
Like how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Okay. Maybe the cat still live here or something.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
I got everything. It's like no food on the plates or nothing. Just out. It's a lot of tuna.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Yeah. I bet all the family members are buried under all these books. This is crazy.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
See, I don't like turning those things because you never know what's going to pop out at you. You never know. They got TV.
Even the
TV
fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
The TV stand is books. Check that out. It's crazy. See what kind of books they are. I can't bend down or nothing.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Dang, somebody was mad.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
I was just about to say that. That's crazy.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
We tried to go through here?
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Yo, can we just kick this door down? Nobody lives here. Alright, we go.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Calvin.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
11 years old. That is crazy. And here's the baby, 1-year-old.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Hey. Maybe all that pink suffocated that baby. He died.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Alright, so do we got a key to these rooms or what? Guess we gotta find the key. Here we go.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
So you tell me the key I got right now is for this lock. On this diary. Alright.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Yo,
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
That is dope. That is dope.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
This is dope.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Alright, I'm gonna try not to
but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to scream or anything. I don't know what's about to happen or what's about to pop out. I got the headset turned all the way up.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
I'm just waiting for like a little Chucky doll to run past me or something. I don't know.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
The heck? Don't eat the pellets. Don't eat the pellets. Oh my goodness.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Dang, she is starving. Don't eat the fish.
I kept eating and eating.
Ah. You serious? They're not feeding this kid?
I ate a lot of things that night.
No. Don't.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
So you ain't gonna eat the fish, but you're gonna eat the...
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Please don't fall out this window.
And suddenly...
Nope. What
I was a cat.
What in the Sabrina... What's that show? Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Yo, feed me, please. I'm out here chasing a pigeon. Well, it's not a pigeon, but I'm sure they taste the same.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Please don't eat the mama bird.
I gobbled her up,
Wow.
and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Yo, this is kind of dope. This is pretty dope.
Rabbits.
I hear something there.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Alright, I changed my mind. This ain't dope. This is disgusting. This is crazy.
A mama rabbit.
Better run. Oh, this mama rabbit joint. Get on.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
So now I'm a shark in the middle of
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
I'm gonna call child services because this kid is this hungry.
I wanted fat, juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Now we're hunting humans. This is crazy. Yep. The child services will be getting a phone call.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
He's just having a rough night. I'm gonna let him finish the song. I'm the captain now. Sorry, bud.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer.
Don't eat Molly. Or I guess I am Molly right now.
All of my stomach started growling.
This is sad.
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Dang. She was 10 years old? Dang, that's crazy. Wow. Rest in peace, Molly. That's sad. You know what? Yeah, that's pretty sad. So, wow. So, all right. So, it looks like we're going through through the family tree. So, I guess this is about to be we're about to become pretty emotionally involved here in this game, I guess. That's pretty sad. So, I'm taking it she died from starvation or food poisoning. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, how y'all think Molly died. So, I want to say starvation, so, or it could be food poisoning. Who knows? Because of the stuff she's eating. We do not know. Hey, there's Molly, the cat. That was dope.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Hey, so that cat was Molly. She turned into a cat. Maybe she's the cat now. Dang, that's sad. Cemetery for the birds.
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Dang. Let's look around before we leave the room here.
Her room was like a museum.
Alright, looks like we're going into another story, y'all. Alright, so for these stories, I guess, I want to try to keep quiet as best as I can so you guys can enjoy the whole feel for the stories. Because what I want to do is just cut out all the stories after the videos and put them up separately, maybe, for those who are just searching for Odin's story. So let's get into Mr. Odin.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Alright, so it looks like Odin died from being shipwrecked. It all started back with him. Rest in peace, Odin.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah, this is pretty pink. Let's see what we got.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard.
Oh, I used to
It's
love
hidden in this book.
I used to love these books right here. Oh shoot. Oh, this is dope. This is cool.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
This house is so dope. These kids had a huge imagination. This would be like a fun house to come play in if you're a kid, you know? Imagine playing hide and go seek here as a kid.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh my goodness. Alright.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Alright, parents. Y'all cannot put a swing set next to the cliff. That's insane. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Calvin. That's crazy. I feel like these stories are gonna get even crazier.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
So all these kids are dying at a young age. Like, this is insane.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Oh, here we go. Another hidden place. Like how they're through books, you know? You gotta find it in the book. That's pretty dope.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Alright, we're gonna keep going through. Ha! Here we go.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Yo, they had a celeb in the family. What up? What up?
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
It's crazy how it seems like how all the kids that are dying, you know, it was hard to let go, so all the parents just left the room the same way it was.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Seems like she was, what, 16?
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And worried he was. He couldn't get enough of
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Yo. Wow. So I had the mic on mute during that cinematic scene there. But there's a few parts where I kind of yelped just a little bit. Yeah, this is actually the first game that I ever played where you could actually interact with the cinematic gameplay. It's a video. And this is sorry guys, I'm kind of speechless right now. Giant Sparrow, you guys did a pretty good job with these stories. I look forward to the rest of those stories. The family tree here, let's see what we got. Alright, so we got 4 down right now. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to go. So I don't know how long the game is, but I'm gonna stop it right here and I'm gonna upload it to YouTube and see if we could get this going. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.